Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Middara Unintentional Malum Act 1 on Tabletop Simulator. It has been a while. I took a long break to let the backlog catch up, and then I kind of took a slower pace with the side adventure pack that you can do, which is Trail the Princess #1 Inopportune Tip. Overall, I kind of viewed the inopportune tip as kind of meh. I mean, it's not the worst thing, but it certainly was not great in my opinion. I won't go into any spoilers per se, but it will have some influence on this campaign. But we won't have to worry about that for a while. I know some of you guys had opted to not watch it because they don't want spoilers, which is completely fine. I'm kind of in the same boat with, I did get during that, my recording sessions of that, I did get the other adventure pack, the Shadow Harbingers, which supposedly takes place after all of Unintentional Malum is done, like all of Act 2 and 3. I did flip through the book just to kind of see, skim through it and see what to expect, and it does solve a number of the issues I had with, inopportune tip, but who knows. In any case, it'll be nice to be back to an actual full party of 4, and we'll see how things go. Like I mentioned, it's been a while since I've last played this. I've been focusing on other projects, been catching up on work, been sick. A lot of things have happened since then. I know there were some questions about whether or not I'll be going back to the original upload schedule, which, I mean, the only reason I was doing 3 a week was simply because I had such a backlog. So it really comes down to how much I play this. I am juggling quite a bit of stuff right now, so we'll see. In any case, I know I got a comment on one of my past videos mentioning there's a mistake with the push command, or not push command, but the push effect, where when it slams into another figure, I was applying the damage to both units, which physically makes sense. But according to the rules as written, it only applies to the one being pushed. I think the confusion was because it says, let's see, where is it? They stop moving and are dealt the remainder. I think that they was what threw me off. I for whatever reason, I consider that, since they is usually a pronoun for plural things, but they nowadays is a little bit more general. Well, actually, I guess they has always been general, but it's just something that I've always viewed as plural back in the day. So I think that was where I got confused. It's either that or I heard it's from somewhere, like one of the old rules videos that came out like a million years ago, or the brief game I played with the people introducing the game like a long time ago, with 1.1. So who knows? Either way, I'll keep that in mind. It's honestly to my benefit because I don't really take advantage of the push effects, so it really just benefits me in more cases than not. All right. Man, it's going from freaking inopportune tip to this. Actually having like people and cards and abilities. It'll be nice. Also, I don't know why I didn't set everybody up, but we'll fix that. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and read up this. I think I've already read the flavor text, but I'll go ahead and do it again because it's been a million years. A corpse collector lies deep within the lake. Across the surface, you see its slimy tendrils sending ripples across the water as they slither towards you. Merhounds lurk just beneath the surface, eyeing you hungrily. Getting the lotus may be harder than you expected. The tip introduces our first gilded tag monster. Gilded monsters will always, instead of drawing a loot card, you'll instead automatically get their monster loot. So every time you kill a corpse collector, you will get their monster loot, which is the main purpose of this particular mission that we're doing. Besides that, our win condition is we have to get the corpse lotus. Yeah, that's the thing we're negating. Corpse lotus from the corpse collector. The adventure with the corpse collector consumable ends their turn on the blue exit. Obviously, everyone being defeated is the game over. There is an achievement to end this with 0 damage tokens on any adventurers. Keyword being adventurers. Remember, your summons are not that. And then special encounter rules. The monsters that the corpse collector spawns are Merhounds. If you are adjacent with the corpse collector, you can do a strength plus lore lore 14 check to cut the lotus from the creature's body if they pass, read the following hidden text. I've never actually done this. I've always just opted to kill it. I don't know if it actually helps out or not. Besides that, we do have a thing for when you kill the corpse collector. And then we have slow current, which just moves one space. There's it has a blue loot token listed, but I'm pretty sure it just has the flavor the text on there is just scolding you for reading text you shouldn't be. Corpse Lotus, if an adventurer with the Corpse Lotus symbol is defeated, discard the Corpse Lotus and place it in a space. It's the same rules as any item that you're carrying, like the Loa Crystal and the Bug Balm. So yeah, in this particular adventure, you will actually be carrying the Corpse Lotus out in most cases. All right. Besides that, this is uncommon tier right now. Are we uncommon now? Where does it say that? Yeah, we're uncommon tier on the loots. So we got that going for us. I don't know why this was set aside. Okay, the mer count's correct. All right. Oh, actually, sorry, I was checking a few things. So for this mer count, the additional prerequisite. Oh, okay, yeah, I think I remember now. Because there's two different mer counts. This one's for common tier. And then this one is for uncommon, but the additional prerequisite is in unintentional malum starting from the encounter Sunken Streets of Gehenna and on. Sunken Streets of Gehenna, I think, is chapter 4. So, yeah, you do not use the stronger mer counts for this one. And I'm not sure why the Waterloo is out here, but it's out here for some reason. Okay, so with all that set up, we do have the tentacles on the table. We have not read about corpse collectors, so let's go ahead and do that now. What lurks beneath the surface? Corpse collectors are aquatic carnivorous plants. Their stationary existence means they do not need much food to survive, usually feeding only once or twice a month on unwary animals or carcasses that tributaries carry into their pools. Though filter feeders by nature, corpse collectors will sometimes hunt more actively, grasping with long tentacles and pulling victims into their large, toothy mouths. They will also fiercely attack anything that intrudes on their habitats. A single large flower blooms on top of a stalk that sprouts from a corpse collector's gaping maw. The flower is referred to as a gilded lotus, named for its unsurpassed beauty. The petals, stamen, and pistil of the gilded lotus have many rare and powerful alchemical properties. There are many potent enchantments that require parts of the gilded lotus to produce, and its pollen gives off an alluring pheromone. The corpse collector uses the pollen to attract prey, lowering its inhibitions and making it clumsy and careless. As such, it is a powerful aphrodisiac. When a corpse collector dies, the flower roots grow beyond its decaying body, burrowing into the ground below. Because the gilded lotus flower can survive for years after the corpse collector dies, the lure of substantial profit draws many adventurers to the brink of dangerous waters. It can be difficult to tell from the surface if the corpse collector of a particular flower is actually deceased. The gilded lotus emits a cloudy sap from its base that often obscures the view of the water below. Many have died trying to collect a lotus, only to find that the corpse collector was still very much alive. The sap that the lotus emits is not only used as a natural defense, but is also vital to the survival of many aquatic creatures. Without the nutrients provided by the lotus, many of the plants and animals that depend on the corpse collector die off. Because of this essential role, aquatic life instinctively protect the corpse collector from perceived threats. Okay, and I believe we've read about mercalons in the past. I mean, we literally have the conduit. All right, I'm going to put a break here in BRB. All right, so I put a break there just so I don't have to reread everything if I ever have to restart. This encounter is actually pretty straightforward, but it's been a while, and jumping right into uncommon tier characters is definitely a thing. Okay, just making sure everyone is actually set up. It looks like we are. Okay, we need to add you guys to the initiative. Jazara, you can go back in here. I did grab another summon that I may abuse, along with the usual variants where we don't have urgency, because that's definitely an easy way to ensure that we can end this with full HP. But we'll see how things go. Oh, I guess we didn't really talk about the Corpse Collector's stuff. So it is type Flora, Gilded. We already talked about what Gilded is. Rolls double greens as its attack. 3 armor, 0 movement, defense 13, health 50. Passive is partially submerged. It has hulking, which I believe is the one where you can't be moved. When adventurers attempt to make a ranged or spell against the Corpse Collector, they must reduce their total range or SOI by half. So in the case of Nightingale, her range is now 3, and most people's SOIs are now 2. And then the AI stuff is it will start off by moving all tentacles by a variable amount. Tentacles, what they do is during the status phase, when they're attached to you, they make you move 2 spaces towards the nearest Corpse Collector. Sometimes tentacles will have other effects depending on what sort of monster is involved with it. Let's see, are there opponents within reach 4? It'll attack, continue down. Are there opponents adjacent? It'll blast you with magic with a point-blank AoE. And then otherwise, it will spawn the combatant listed in the special encounter rules adjacent to the Corpse Collector in the space nearest to the most opponents. So the key thing here is there's continue downs except for the adjacent one. So the only way to prevent some monsters from spawning is by standing next to it. Right now, all 3 Merkhounds are out, so it's not going to spawn anything right now, but something to know. Also, usual rules for spawning monsters, anything that's spawned will not drop loot. So only these first 3 Merkhounds will give us loot. We got shields give +1 physical, and then the burst will give pull 4 at force 12, which with its 4 reach will make it pretty much yank you into adjacent, which is actually kind of helpful. At least it'll keep you from spawning things. Oh, they also have conviction green and red, and then casting die of green. So we're probably not going to resist anything anytime soon. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle and start. All right, starting with Zeke, Nightingale, and Rook. All right, Zeke, you are a support guy that has Conduit. All right. Okay, got the Dream Cleansing, got the Garter Knives. So against the 3 armor, we're not going to get anywhere with that nonsense, unfortunately. But oh yeah, I didn't even talk about our starting location. For those who don't know, it's just along the edge there. It's also nice that we actually have like the digital books now instead of me just reading some sort of physical copy. So it's nice that you guys can actually see what's coming. And our next bounty has a digital copy as well, so we should be good to go for a while. All right, so I'm thinking. So the big issue for Merkhounds, of course, is you have to be adjacent to them to actually do anything. I would like to kill these Merkhounds as soon as possible, even though it will cause more to spawn. But, I mean, it's either that or I let them hang out. What would it be? They'll do a range attack, then a regular attack. Yeah, I kind of want to just kill them, especially with that Merc bond going on. I can easily go next to this Merkhound and just start throwing things, but I kind of want to see if I can reach this one here. But, alright, let's see. What if I did Merkhound transformation? It could only be used to move into water terrain. Okay, I can work with that. The only problem is the Merkhound movement. The aquatic part is not going to help me. Alright. Well, I could always just jump. What would it be 10, 12, 14, 16? So it'd be 8. Oh, we only have an 8 plus 8 bonus. I mean, I could also go to here and do something like that. And we do, of course, I need to remember I have exalted summoning with this guy too. He's got a lot to work with. Definitely no complaints. Alright. Also, okay, our movement is correct. Okay, we have 5 movement because we have a soul carver. Yeah, I think we should just do some summons and go from there. We got Rook here, Nightingale there. All right, let's go ahead and do a buff. We'll buff. You have Banished Knowledge as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and buff up Nightingale with Banished Knowledge, which will cost 1 stamina. Get haste. Then we'll go ahead and Fragors do not. I can throw bulbs everywhere. That would be silly. Might need to keep the bulbs out just so I have the rule for it. Anyway. Oh, right. And we have the royal sickling egg. We need to start working on hatching it. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I think for this first round, we're just going to get into position. So we'll go ahead and move. We'll jump from here to here. 1, 2. I'll go ahead and roll. It can't fail, but I'll roll anyway. Yep, passed. That's a 2 plus 4. Actually, I could have failed, could I? I had 4 agility, and she has 2 strength, so that's 6. Yeah, I do pass it. Okay, there was... Oh, actually, no, I have Remy's help. Never mind. I can't fail it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To there. And then I'm going to go ahead and just save this last point. If I need to, I can always just transform. So, yeah, we'll stick with that. All right, it goes to Nightingale next. Nightingale does have haste, so she'll get 1 stamina. All right, I'm going to go ahead and use the infection to take 1 damage. That'll reduce the cost of my next action by 1. I'm going to use it to move. All right. I'm going to go... I will go ahead and use... Let's see if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have, what, 9 movement? I have 6 movement. Okay, I'm okay with that. So this will cost me 1 additional stamina, and I have to do a jump. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll roll the jump. More than enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to here. I am going to go ahead and do Doom Break. Gave myself a stamina and roll to see if it would lose it. I didn't lose it. All right. And now we're going to go to town here. I'm going to go ahead and do Precise Strike first. And we're attacking this thing because it's the only thing I can target, it being adjacent. All right. I did move, so no bonuses. And these guys have a defense of 12. Make sure this is the right one. It is. All right. All right. I will use the quiver to re-roll the 4. All right. What I'll go ahead and do is I can pop Masterwork. This will make it so I hit 12 exactly. So I do hit. Base damage will be 0. I'll do 1 damage with the with the shield, and then do 7 or additional 6 with the arrows, and then I'll use the Ring of Blood to heal for 1. So 7 damage to this first guy. I'll then proceed to do a quick blow off of this for 1 stamina, and attack again. 13's a hit. It'll be 1 damage base, 2, 3 from shields. And that is it, unfortunately. 3 damage. Alright. I'll go ahead and make a regular attack. $14 against 12, so it'll be 2. Alright, so let's see, make sure I did this right. Yep, 14 versus 12, so I beat it by 2. I'm going to get plus 2 damage because of Morbid Leather. This thing will let me do an additional... If I beat defense by more than 2, I do plus 2 damage. So 2, 4, Otherworldly get me 5 and 6, then 7 and 8 from the shields. That's enough to finish it off. So that's 1 down. We'll go ahead and get our loot. This is Uncommon Tier. 8 gold. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and pop the Penumbra Architect, which will let me move 1 space. I'll use it to move here. I'm going to go ahead and pop my Ambitious, gain 2 stamina. Everyone else will gain 1. And then I'll spend 2 stamina to shoot this other Mercount. I'll go ahead and use Kill the Messenger to change this 3 into its maximum value, which is now brings it up to 17. So 5 damage base, plus 2 from the armor is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 from the burst. So 15 in total, putting it at 1 HP remaining. Any way I can do any extra? 17 versus 12. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I'm literally 1 damage short. Nothing I can do about it, though. Alright, 15 to this one. I'll go ahead and use a quick blow off of this. And shoot again. And that'll kill it. Alright. 7 gold. Brings us to 15. Alright, and that's it for Nightingale. Don't have anything to dodge with now, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright, we'll go ahead and have Rook go next. Alright, I'll spend 1 to go ahead and give haste to Remy. Then I'll spend a stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do a jump, why not? 5, 6 to here. It'll probably fail, but that's okay. Okay, that's a fail, and then I'll see if Nightingale's perception can catch it. I did succeed. Perception is 2. I rolled a 9, so 11, so it is a pass. So I do make the jump. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. That's your movement, right? Yes, it is. All right. This thing can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's perfect. That's actually what we want. I do have heavy, so I won't get pushed by the current. So yeah, I'll just stay here. And we'll go ahead and give an intervention to Nightingale. Actually, we'll give it intervention. What's your range? Yeah, I'll give it to Nightingale. Here you go, Nightingale. All right. And I could do a summon, but I think I'm going to wait. The one I'm thinking of summoning is going to be Psyche and Aphrodite. They have a passive heal that's a bit more restrictive than the old school font of healing, but it will definitely get the job done as far as healing's concerned. So if I can hold off on using this for anything else, that'll be the best. Or at the very least, if we get all the damage on Rook, that can fix some things. I mean, technically, with with no urgency, I could just trade the Sentient Bodysuit to everybody and gradually heal that way, but I'd rather not go that far. All right, so yeah, 2 stamina left. I'm going to go ahead and hold on to this stamina for now, and we'll dive into Corpse Collector. So Corpse Collector is going to be rolling a purple for all these tentacles. So let's go ahead and do that first. We'll go top to bottom. Moves 2. The tentacles are not hindered by any sort of terrain, or affected by any terrain, except like pits, I guess. I have never rolled this like impressively bad for tentacles before. I usually roll like 7s. That's amazing. All right, no one's within reach 4. No one's within blah 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 blah. They're going to spawn a Merchound. Spawn it in the space nearest to the most opponents. That'll be like something like right here, I guess. And that's about as close as you're going to get. All right, goes to Remy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So not quite there for you. All right, Remy has haste, so she's going to go up to 5 stamina. She currently has 7 movement, and she's sporting the Black Hand Nightgown. All right. We got Murder Circus, False Idol, Blade Works. All right, we'll spend 2 stamina to fly, and we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. We can go here. So that'll cost another 2 stamina. And then I'll go ahead and pop Doombreak. Okay, mine does flip, but I do still get the stamina. And then we'll go ahead and do a Blade Works. Actually, I'll start with the False Idol first, get that out of the way. Currently, we're double greens. If there are no other allies within SOI of your attack, unfortunately there are. Okay, 16 minus 1 for False Idol, so 15. So I hit by 3. Yep, I hit by 3. So 3 damage base. 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just seeing if there's anything else we can do with this. Yeah, we do 7 damage. Okay. Then I'll go ahead and do Blade Works next. And I'll go ahead and do Bone Chipper with this. So I'll get +1 attack to this. Okay, 14, 15, and we may as well go 16, 17 here. So it'll be 5 damage plus another 2, so a total of 7. I'm gonna go ahead and do Murder Circus at this point. I can roll 2 purple dice, which is way overkill, but it does kill. So now I don't have to worry about one of these guys. 8 gold. More importantly, it lets me sit with I have I have stamina to dodge with, which is probably pretty important right now. Also, I completely forgot I had Onslaught. Alright, that is it for Remy. Goes to Merchound. It's going to target furthest target, or it's going to target opponent with the highest total armor value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, perfect. I was worried that Rook wouldn't be the target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's correct. Range 8. Yep. I can't dodge. I'm in water, so it's just going to be a raw hit. All right, 13. I have 11 defense. It's going to be 2 base, and then 3, 4. I'll do 4 damage. I'm fine with taking 4 damage, and then I do have to, unfortunately, it did roll a burst, so I do need to see if I can resist the Force 12 paralysis, which I'm probably not going to succeed. But we'll see if we can make it happen. Yeah, I'll just take the paralysis. Okay, and that's end of round. Starting next round. Okay, Corpse Collector is getting angry. So I believe the rules for tentacles. You can spend a stamina to do a strength 10 to remove it. And if it's removed, place it in a nearest unoccupied non-dangerous space adjacent to the Corpse Collector at the end of the Corpse Collector's next turn. Okay. Okay, got it. So it is removed, but then it comes back on the Corpse Collector's turn. Got it. We can work with that. All right, so we start with Nightingale. Nightingale will get 4 stamina because of haste. Oh wait, I completely forgot. Sorry, I still needed to do the rest of Merchound's turn. We'll go ahead and resolve that now. Merchound, because yeah, it's continued down from there. It can't hit multiple opponents, but it can hit a single opponent, so it's going to go straight for Remy. Remy will spend a stamina to dodge, and I will go ahead and use Gauge. Cool, thank you, game. Also, I completely forgot about Blackhand Nightgown. Alright, so it's going to make its attack. And then I have this. At any time, roll any dice except the black that you rolled or that was rolled against you. I'll go ahead and use this to reroll the 8. Alright, 11. What's my defense now? 11. So this will do 1 damage. Okay, I end up taking 1 damage. Okay, now everything's back to normal. Sorry about that. I completely forgot about the rest of it. Oh, sorry. I need to make another correction. Merc Bond. It does count itself, so Rook should have taken 2 more damage, and so should Remy. Okay, everything's back to normal now. Back to Nightingale. Okay, so the Merchound's going to end up shooting Rook and then probably attacking Remy, which isn't the end of the world. So I think I'll probably just try to focus down the Corpse Collector. So Nightingale, let's go ahead and do the infection for 1 damage. But before that, we'll go ahead and do Doombreak. Good to go. Get 1 stamina. Okay, so we'll do the infection, take 1 damage to pay for our movement, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with a jump. It's either that or I go from here. 1, 2. Well, the furthest range I have is 4, so it doesn't matter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do the jump. more than enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll just go to 8 to here. So that'll cost me 1 extra stamina. And then I will start shooting. Yeah, I'm within range thanks to I have 6 range, I have 6 range, 8 range with precise strike, and we can start going to town here. Unfortunately, my barbed arrows are not going to be useful against this thing, so we're just going to be going raw damage. All right, we'll do precise strike first. I am going to go ahead and empower it and try to do as much damage as possible. Okay, that is a 5. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll the 5 with a quiver. Nice roll, but that also means that's the lowest value, so I'll do kill the messenger and maximize it. Okay, so we're 18 versus 13, so I beat it by 5. Since I beat it by 5, I do have 5 irreducible damage and the +2 from orbital leather. So 5, 7, or sorry, 18 versus 13. So 5, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 23, 25, 27. 27 versus 3 armor is 24. 24 damage on the first swing. All right. Next, I'm going to go ahead and quick blow off of that and empower it. Also, I'll heal myself with Ring of Blood. All right, empowered. Quick blow. Here goes nothing. Fortunately, that is all miss all the time. I'm going to go ahead and use intervention to reroll everything. And what's your defense? 13. I'm not going to be able to hit. Okay. Last bit, I'm going to go ahead and do Penumbra Architect to move 1 step this way. All right. And we'll see if I can avoid getting smacked around. All right. The Corpse Collector is going to go next. It's going to do a bunch of rolls. We'll start with the top one. Attach this to you. Let's see how this works, actually. We'll be instructed if an opponent starts their turn on the same space. Okay, so for right now, we put them all underneath Nightingale. Next one only moves 1 space. Surprisingly, didn't get hit with all of them. This one will move 1 space, and then there's 1 down here. This one will go on to Remy. Yeah, surprisingly, only got 1 on me. I was expecting all of them. Okay, are there opponents within reach 4? Yes, that'll be Nightingale. Alright, I will spend a stamina to dodge. Alright, I have 15 defense. Yep, 15. Alright, 15 defense, and it has -1 attack. It misses. Alright, then it's going to, no one's adjacent, then it's going to go ahead and spawn a thing. One of these guys. Closest to most opponents will be here. Alright. Goes to Rook. Unfortunately, Rook is paralyzed, but he's now immune to it. He'll get all of his stamina. He'll also still heal from status, I believe. I believe status still triggers. Because it's not an activated ability, it just triggers, doesn't it? Yeah, it does trigger no matter what, because else poison wouldn't work. Okay, so yeah, we'll heal 1 damage. You can spend additional stamina for this as well, which I guess there's nothing stopping me from doing that. Let me verify. I can check over here. Other than passive and status abilities, so I can still do status. So I'll spend 3 stamina and heal additional 3. And that'll be it for Rook. Alright, Murky Hounds. Alright, this Murk Hound is going to shoot Rook. And it does have the other Murk Hound with an SOI. Rook can't dodge, it's just going to blast. 10 is a miss. Actually, it's a 9 because of shooting through terrain there. Alright, then it's going to... Can it move and attack multiple opponents? Move to be adjacent? No. Move to be adjacent to the opponent with the most damage? That is, unfortunately, Remy. Actually, with that in mind... Yeah, I'll just have Remy dodge it. That's fine. Remy, dodge. I'll spend 1 stamina to dodge. Alright, we have 15 defense. It misses. Alright, the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, we can shoot at Rook from here. Rook will not dodge. He'll be at -1 because of shooting through hindering terrain. 13 minus 1 is 12. So 1, 2, 3. It's going to do 3 damage because of armor piercing. It'll do another 4 because of Merc Bonds. And then it's going to, let's see, it's going to move towards the opponent with the most damage, which unfortunately is just going to be Nightingale. It's going to move up to here and attack Nightingale. Unfortunately, I have nothing to stop this, so it's just going to attack. That's 15, 14 because of that. So 2, 3, 4, and it'll go up to 8 because of Merc Bonds, and then I reduce it by 3, so it'll do 5. And then I have to do a conviction. 11 is unfortunately 1 point short, so you are paralyzed. Okie dokie. Goes to Remy. She'll get 4 stamina. We do get this tentacle, and it is going to force me to get pulled towards the Corpse Collector, which will provoke an attack from the Merc Hound. Alright, we'll go this way. So I'll get attacked by the Merc Hound. I'll spend stamina to try to dodge. No luck on that front. Go ahead and make your attack. 13. I have what, 11? So it'll be 2, 3, 4. It'll be 8 damage in total. I could force it to reroll the 8, so I will. Alright, attack misses. Also, I should have used Gauge, I apologize. So Gauge will give me 1 stamina back. I'll always use Gauge on the first dodge, I'll just say that. No matter what. The only time I will not use Gauge is if I am already at full stamina. But otherwise I will use it on the first dodge attempt. That way I never forget. Alright. So because I dodged, I can still counter, which will interrupt the rest of that pull. So I can just stop. Let's see, I went 1, 2. So what ends up happening is, since I'm going to counter, I believe it stops my pull because it interrupts it. So I'm going to go ahead and counter. No one power, just regular hit. Here goes nothing. Big miss. I'll go ahead and just take the miss. Then I will go ahead and do false idol and miss. Then I'll do quick blade works. 12 is exactly a hit, so I'll do 2 damage. Alright, 2 damage. Then I'm going to go ahead and do Ring of Blood to heal for 2. I'm going to go ahead and do Onslaught. I'll go ahead and pop the Bone Chipper at this point. I've attacked the target 3 times so far. So I'll have +3 to this. Okay, 13, 16. So I hit by 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll do 9 damage. And then I follow up with another attack. No bonuses this time. And it is a miss, and I have no way of re-rolling it. Okay. So, thing has 1 HP left. Or no, it has 5 HP left. Never mind. Alright, that was Remy. Goes to Zeke. Alright, Zeke. Go to full stamina. I'm going to go try a jump from there to there. I pass. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do a 5, 6 to there with a jump. Oh, actually, no, sorry. I have 5. Also, my agility is 3. I keep forgetting that. But I still passed the test. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. I'll go ahead and give a Banished Knowledge. I'll do Haste to Rook. I will shape change into an animate and then use Like the Shadows to move 2 steps to here. And then I'll shapeshift back and proceed to throw knives. I will throw a regular throwing knife. 6 damage, that is enough to kill it. And I'll do a re-equip just to swap them out. Okay. Leaves me with 1 stamina remaining, which I'm okay with. Alright. That is end of round. So we'll start the next one. Alright, Remy, you're not paralyzed, so you'll go up to 4 stamina. I do get yanked by the tentacle. As long as I'm going towards it, so I'll move that way. So if I go adjacent to this thing, that'll keep it from spawning anything else. I think that's going to be the plan. I'll spend 2 stamina to move. Actually, I don't want to do that. Let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. for 1 stamina. I'll do false idol. 14, 13. I do hit by 1. 2, 3, 4. I'll do a total of 4 damage. Also, I keep forgetting I have 2 masterworks on this thing. I should actually, I might have actually been able to hit with that last attack, but that's okay. 4 damage. Then I'm going to go ahead and blade works next. 12 is exactly a hit. I'll do 1 damage. Alright, then I'll do an onslaught and use bone chipper. So again, I've attacked, well, this time I've attacked twice, so +2 to this. 14, 16, so it'll be 4 base. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so 9 damage. And then I'll do the follow-up. Oh, also Ring of Blood, heal myself. And that will definitely kill it. No loot because it was spawned. Alright, takes care of all of that. Alright, goes to Zeke. Zeke will get 3 stamina. Oh, also, Zeke doesn't... Well, actually, he wasn't in water, so it doesn't matter. Alright, refresh all of this. Alright, we'll spend 1 stamina to move. Make, oh, it goes after each person. Got it. I believe hulking is you can't move them. Just gonna make sure. Yeah, can't be moved. Alright. So we'll spend a stamina to move. Or I can spend this opportunity to just cleanse some buffs. Yeah, let's see. Alright, I'm going to spend a stamina to transform. We'll go Water Loa. And then we'll go ahead and spend 2 to cleanse off the paralysis. Also, my current tile is now water. Alright. And then I'll just spend a stamina to move. Could I kill this thing with the most damage with a red? I can do 18, so that wouldn't kill. It would come close, but not quite. I mean, the other option is I just throw as much junk at it as possible and hope it kills. To do that, I would have to go all the way over to there. You know what? Keep your paralysis. So we started at 4, I believe. Yeah, because I transformed and then did cleansing rain. Okay, so instead of transforming, we'll take back the water tile. I'll see if I can just kill this thing. So I'll spend a stamina to move. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that puts me in range. And then we'll go 3 throwing knives. Now each of these, this thing does have armor 3, so good luck on everything else. So I'll just roll this one at a time. 2 damage. 2 damage. 4 damage. Then I'll do the free re-equip with Adventure Pack. Tag in the rest of these, which are going to, of course, flip over. 2 more rolls. I could also use Magic Frag, but I'm just... Actually, you know what? We will tag in the Magic Frag. If we need to, we can pop it. And then all I have to do is summon after Psych and heal everybody, and we'll be good to go. Alright, so 2 more of these rolls. 0. And 1 more. 2 damage. Alright, so I need to do 16 damage. Oh, sorry. As part of the swap, I will also swap in 2 hand axes and use them both. I'm just going to roll them together. 0 and 2. Alright, I'll go ahead and do Exalted Summoning. We'll pick Minos the Contractor and make it roll both of its Conviction dice and inflict Condemn. Alright, here goes nothing. 11. So that puts it at 47. Do I have any... After making a roll, re-roll any of your dice. I think this is still my roll, so I'm going to go ahead and use Enchanted Piercing and re-roll both dice. If I kept it as is, I would have to throw the Thief Dagger and hope for the 50-50 if I didn't want to throw the Magic Frag. So I think re-rolling this is the best call, and see if we get something slightly above average. Still 11. That's impressive. You're paralyzed. You have a Bottle Blessing. Any dice you just... Oh, actually, at any time within SOI can re-roll a die. Okay, so... Should we pop a Bottle Blessing? I don't think we need to go that far. But if we don't go that far, it's we might be looking at some pain. Yeah, you know what? We'll pop a Bottle Blessing. Remy is within SOI, so we can make all this work. At the very least, I just don't want another Merchound to spawn, and I kind of want to get this done. So we'll re-roll the red here. Again, this is Zeke rolling the dice, not the collector, so this is why you can do it. Okay, 16, that will kill. At the cost of a 6 gold item. Might as well combine it all together. There we go. Alright, so it's been defeated. Let's go ahead and read what happens next. The counter's not over yet until we go back to the exit. Over here. The creature thrashes, causing massive damage in its final moments. All adventurers adjacent to a tentacle damage take 1 purple of magic damage. Then the creature goes still. Place the blue exit token on any unoccupied normal terrain space on the west side of tile unit 33. This is going to hurt, by the way. Alright. I'm going to start with Zeke. We'll start with the tentacle down below there. So, 2 damage. Alright. Then this one and the one on Remy will go next. I rolled both of them. 9 damage. Sorry, I'll take back that 9 damage real quick. She has magic resistance to resistance to magic damage. So one of them's going to do 1, and the other one's going to do 4, I think. Reduce the damage dealt by half, rounded up. Okay, so it's okay. Got it. So 1 damage from that first one, and the second one's going to do 3. Okay, and then the one underneath Nightingale's going to explode. And we'll roll 1 more purple. This will be just for Remy and Nightingale. It's going to do 2 to Nightingale and 5 to Remy. All right. And then with it defeated, place the blue. Let's see. Since we did defeat it, we do get the Gilded Loot. The Gilded Loot in question is a Corpse Lotus. It's a material monster loot, and its special ability is you can, during the shop and train phase, gain 200 gold. It's quite the find. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we have room for it. Well, we definitely do now because of the hand axes. So here you go, Zeke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, all correct. That's 3 consumable slots and then 9 pack slots. Okay, that works out. You go away. And then we get the blue exit token on the west side of tile UM33, so over here. All right. So at this point, technically there'll be urgency and all that stupid stuff. Since I don't play with urgency, I'm just going to say what's going to happen. There are ways to still win. I have won this with urgency and not taking damage. Obviously, if you have any sort of healing and stuff, it's pretty easy to pop off. And that's pretty much what's just going to happen. Rook will heal up with Sentient Bodysuit. He'll summon Psych. Psych's special ability is when she starts her turn, all adjacent allies heal 2. And she'll essentially just do that every round until we heal up. So with all that said and done, they'll eventually heal up to full, and then we'll exit. All right. And if anyone has any complaints about it, too bad. I went through a freaking inopportune tip. And I see the shady shit they do for their so-called difficulty. I'm going to pull out all the stops. All right. So healthy, wealthy, and wise. We get 50 extra gold. That's all it does. So 50 extra gold, putting us at 73. And then for our victory, we restore all adventurers and gain 1 XP. All right, and I think that brings us up to 25, assuming I counted correctly. Easiest way to check is just count Rook. 3, 7, 12, 17, 24, 25. Yep. All right, 25 XP. We do put an energy token on this. At the end of the encounter, if you had this relic equipped from the beginning, put it, yeah. This will be our first energy token on this. Once we get our 4th one, it will hatch. And then we'll have another pet. Okie dokie. So with all that, we'll be continuing on to Financial Dilemma, which is 181. Which we will read at another time. All right, it's nice to get back to the swing of things. Obviously, playing without urgency does make things a little bit easier, but it also makes it, in my opinion, less tedious. The battle is it is kind of annoying that this thing will just keep spawning stuff, and there's not really any way to stop it from doing so besides killing it or getting people adjacent to it to essentially get hit with magic spells. And unfortunately, corpse collectors are always in water, so being adjacent to one is pretty brutal. because you won't have a way of dodging unless you're something like unless you're like a Waterloo or have an item that fixes that issue. Um, the other way you could potentially also fix it is with a plank. You can throw a plank out there and just stand on it. That way you can at least dodge the swings that's coming your way. You know, if you're willing to spend a 10 gold item, but I'm not. Anyway, it's nice to get back to this. Depending on how I feel and how work and stuff agrees with me, I'll see how many of these I can spit out in the future. So either way, I don't intend on stopping. I do want to do a full playthrough of this and get ready for Acts 2 and 3 when they do come out. And yeah, I am the Depressed Viewer. This was Middara Unintentional Malum Act 1 on Tabletop Simulator. See you guys later.